You are watching the news on the hour brought to you from the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN. I am Zubechi Frank. You are welcome. The Anglican Bishop of Afikpo Diocese, the Right Reverend Paul Udogo, has said that any life lived outside of God Almighty will go down the annals of history as a life lived in prodigality. He reckoned that many people had let go of the beautiful and purposeful life God gave them for the sake of sin they got themselves in. Bishop Paul Udogo made this remark at the Way of the Cross program of the Abuja Diocese, where he was a guest preacher.
Let me tell you, people of God, that life outside God is a wasted life. Life outside God is a wasted life. Effort outside God is a wasted effort. Anything that you do outside God is wasted. And there's no way a man can survive without his creator. When I look at people today, so many people today in our generation, even though God bless them, because of sin, the devil has taken away their joy. The devil has taken away their identity. The devil has taken away their inheritance.
The Afikpo Diocesan Bishop called on the people of God to make the tough decision of abandoning their sinful life and return to God Almighty, who is able to redeem and restore them.
Decision is very important in a time like this. It is time for people of God to make decisions concerning their life. Do you know arising? Going, the party means abandoning that lifestyle, rejecting everything in that land and going back to the Father. Though wounded, though in trouble and in sorrow, let me announce to you that God is able to restore you. That is the uniqueness of our God. Hallelujah. I said that is why the Almighty God is greater than the gods of the land. That is why the Almighty God is greater, more powerful than the gods that my ancestors worshipped. I said that is the beauty of our God. He's so merciful. He's so kind. He's willing to accept repentant sinners. Let me tell you that Jesus is able to heal you. I said Jesus is able to heal you from that cancer, from that pain, from that trouble. Jesus is able to heal you. Can I hear a bigger amen?
Meanwhile, Christians have been urged to lay down their burdens unto the Lord, for He is the only one who can give a new and living hope. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Evangelical Mission Association in the Anglican Diocese of Jos, Mr. Mike Adebili, made this submission while preaching as a guest speaker at the ongoing Lenten meditation program of the Diocese of Abuja titled The Way of the Cross, holding at the Cathedral Church of the Advent, Gwarimpa, Abuja. Speaking on the topic of the day, a new and living hope, he said that through the death of our Lord Jesus Christ, a new and living way was made open to all Christians into the presence of God. And through this, Christians have been encouraged to approach God confidently.
I want to remind us tonight that through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, a new way has been opened to all people. A new and living way has been opened to us into the presence of God.
He further encouraged Christians to take all their troubles and burdens to Jesus Christ, because through the death of Christ, Christians have the privilege to carry all those burdens to Christ in prayers.
His body was broken. The broken body of Jesus Christ symbolizes the torn curtain in the temple. And we now have unhindered access to God. Are you troubled? Are you distressed? Are you weighed down? Is there trouble anywhere? You have a friend in Jesus Christ, and you have a privilege to carry your issues to God in prayers. God is bigger than all your issues. Is bigger than all your problems. And it is to the very throne of the grace of God that all believers now have a free entry. Shout hallelujah.
The Supreme Court has restored the wig and gown of a senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Kunle Kalajaye, who was disbarred by the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee in 2015. The Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee had punished Kalajaye with disbarment for engaging in conduct unbecoming of a legal practitioner involving private communication with the chairman of the Osun State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal in 2008 while representing the People's Democratic Party and its then candidate, Prince Olagunshoye Oyinlola. But a five-man panel of the Apex Court led by Justice Datijo Mohammed on Friday unanimously overturned the decision of the LPDC on the basis that the constitution of the committee, which handed down the sanction, breached Kalajaye's right to fair hearing. Justice Sentus Mweze, who read the lead judgment of the Apex Court, held that failure of a member of the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee to participate in the trial but contributed in the final judgment of the panel was a breach of the appellant's right to fair hearing. The Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee had on May 21, 2015 disbarred Kalajaye after finding him guilty of professional misconduct. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said he is shocked and saddened over the collapse of a three-story building which left many pupils dead in Itafaji area of Lagos Island on Wednesday. It was reported that at least 50 children have been rescued by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, as well as other security agencies. The spokesperson for the UN Secretary-General, Mr. Stephen Dujarric, disclosed this at a regular news conference. He said that the Secretary-General will be writing to the government of Nigeria to express his condolences. On Wednesday, at least 12 pupils have been confirmed dead following the collapse of the three-story building which housed a primary school in Lagos in southwestern Nigeria. According to a hospital source, Governor of Lagos State, Acnn, said a thorough investigation will be launched into the incident. Meanwhile, following the collapse of a three-story building on Massey Street in the same area of Itafaji area of Lagos Island, the Lagos State government has commenced the manual demolition of buildings marked on Freeman Street at the Itafaji area of Lagos Island. The building caved in on March 13th, killing about 9 people, while about 50 were rescued. While speaking in an interview at the site of the collapsed building, the Lagos State Governor Akinwumi appealed to residents of the area to become, as he also sent condolences to the families of the victims. He thereafter called on house owners to cooperate with the government in getting rid of old edifices.
The families of those that have actually lost their life in this collapse
House building. I want to quickly let the Goshenans know that this is quite an unfortunate incident, and from what we have observed there and what has been briefed, we already have almost about 2 floors sunk to the ground. The first observation is that the foundation of this building collapses. It's an old building, and just like what we have seen, the 2 floors have gone under the ground. So it's only the penthouse and the other floor that we are able to use to rescue people. So far, what I've been briefed also, we have rescued about 25 people, and almost about some already dead. But we're earlier informed that it was a school. It's not technically a school, it's a residential building that is actually accommodating an illegal school, so to speak, on the 2nd floor. And all we're trying to do is to continue this operation. Our response units, they're already here, and we're getting additional crates to be able to go deeper down where we are now to rescue more lives. I just want to appeal to people, when we're doing response to this kind of work, sympathizers, yes, they will naturally come up. I want to appeal to everyone that they should give the rescue workers a chance to save more lives. Like we have said, this area will be undergoing a lot of integrity tests with the buildings in this neighborhood. And as you can see, some of them have been marked for demolition. We get resistance from landlords, but we must continue to save life, and we will intensify our efforts to see that those that have failed our integrity test, we make sure that they are quickly evacuated and we bring these structures down. All I want to say is, I appeal to all people in this area to give our rescue operators the chance to save more lives.
The federal government says it will soon commence the reconstruction on grazing reserves across the country. Chief Audu Ogbe, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, said this in Abuja when participants of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 12 and Institute for Security Studies, Osama Dam Gwari, visited him. The minister said the reconstruction of the grazing reserves had become necessary due to farmer-herders' conflicts and was also crucial for the federal government to reduce the high unemployment rate in the country. He called on individuals who had the interest and ability to build grazing reserve to do so, adding that the government would support such individuals. Ogbe called on members of the institute to focus towards addressing the security challenges facing the West African region and Africa in general. Canada's High Commission in Nigeria has certified Nigeria's 2019 general election to be credible, despite admitting that it was also plagued by logistical challenges, irregularities and violence. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) conducted presidential and National Assembly elections on February 23rd and conducted governorship and State House of Assembly elections 2 weeks later on March 9th. Despite the cloud of doubt hanging over the credibility of the elections, the Canadian High Commissioner said in a statement that domestic and international observers have deemed them credible, nonetheless, and congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari, who won re-election. The Commission also noted that the shortcomings that were encountered during the elections should be eliminated before supplementary elections in some states where elections have been declared inconclusive. President Muhammadu Buhari of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) won the February 23rd presidential election with a margin of 3.9 million votes, but main opposition candidate Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has rejected the results, branding it as the worst election in Nigeria's history. He's set to officially contest the results before the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal. We shall now go on a short commercial break. News on the Hour continues in a moment. Please stay with us.
Getting the best hospitality and affordable luxury is what we guarantee at our guest houses right in the heart of Abuja. decent guest houses that offer surpassing services such as 24-hour room service, constant power supply, decent non-smoking environment, parking lots, laundry service, multi-purpose hall, mini-mart, restaurant services, spacious room at affordable rate. For reservation, book online at www.anglicanguesthousesabuja.com or locate us at All Saints Guest House, 29 Tamale Street, Wuse Zone 3, Abuja. Telephone 0806 699 5823 or 0805 285 5092 or Church Guest House, 24 Douala Street, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. Telephone 0816 860 7024 or 0805 677 3815.
Beware! Please be watchful. The attention of the Office of the Primate of all Nigeria, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas D. Oko, has been drawn to the scam SMS, Facebook posts, and WhatsApp messages, making rounds and soliciting for financial support for unconfirmed reasons. These messages are the handwork of fraudsters who are using the name of our church leaders to defraud unsuspecting, innocent, and kind-hearted persons. By this notice, please kindly disregard such messages and beware of fraudsters. The Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, through the Primate of all Nigeria, is not soliciting for money to charter an air ambulance in bringing the corpse of a retired bishop back to the country via online or through personal phone calls. It is the handwork of scammers. The relevant security agencies have been duly contacted, but their cooperation so far has left much to be desired. While we are not relenting in the fight to combat this cybercrime, please be advised not to send any money to any bogus bank account or click any link online to donate money. Beware, be wise, don't fall a victim. This message is brought to you by the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. Signed, Venerable Dr. Paul Daju, General Secretary, Church of Nigeria. You are welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at ACNNTV.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. To be up to date with our news and other programs, download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. And now to foreign news. A pastor in Kenya who disciples former Muslims in their walks with Christ was beaten unconscious by a group of angry Muslims and hospitalized last week. According to reports by an independent non-profit news organization that covers Christian persecution across the globe, Morning Star News says a pastor on the outskirts of Garissa near the border of Somalia suffered a broken femur and other injuries when he was attacked by a group of men while on his way home from a prayer gathering in Garissa. The pastor, only referred to by the first name Abdul, claims to have been beaten by men with wooden clubs and essentially left for dead. Although he didn't recognize his attackers, they are reported as being severely Somalia Muslims. Abdul is the leader of an underground church made up of 30 former Muslims who he disciples in small groups. He explained that even though he tried to keep his missionary movement secret, Muslim extremists were still able to find out about his ministry. The pastor claims one of the attackers told him that they have been following his missionary plans of changing Muslims to Christianity. Abdul was taken to the hospital in Garissa, the capital city of Garissa country in the eastern part of the country. Since it is near the border of Somalia, the city is predominantly ethnic Somalia. While Kenya is ranked 40th on the Open Door USA's 2019 World Watch list of countries with the greatest levels of Christian persecution, Somalia is ranked third. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has announced that 40 people were killed in the mass shooting at 2 Christchurch Mosque on Friday, adding that 4 suspects were in custody. This was followed by an announcement by New Zealand's police commissioner that 9 more people had died, taking the toll to 49. Earlier, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said the gunman who killed numerous worshippers was a right-wing extremist with Australian citizenship. According to local media reports, the shooter reportedly live-streamed the entire incident on Facebook. Witnesses told me there that a man dressed in a military-style camouflage outfit and carrying an automatic rifle had started randomly shooting people. A Bangladesh journalist, Mohammed Isam, in a tweet reported that the entire Bangladesh cricket team was among those who escaped from the mosque near Hagley Park, where the shooting took place. Moving on to sports news. New Leicester City coach Brendan Rodgers believes he is willing to help Kelechi Iheanacho to end his 6-month goal drought at Leicester City, just like he expressed satisfaction with the mentality of Wilfred Ndidi, but insisted that the Nigerian must tidy up on his feet. The former Celtic of Scotland gaffer told reporters that he would assist Iheanacho to start enjoying football again. The coach is, however, hoping that if he can ease the pressure on the 22-year-old Super Eagles star and get him doing the basics well, goals will flow shortly after. So that's it on this edition of the News on the Hour. I want to thank you for watching. I am Zubechi Frank.